We're at another little town and stream, one I haven't fished probably for about 5 years or more, and I'm seeing what it's like. I'm pretty taken back by it. I mean, look at the debris here, and even up further up the top end of it here. The amount of timber and stuff that's come down that river, and a lot of it's through forestry practices up around this area where they've had pine forests here and hardwood plantations, where they've cut everything down, then bulldozed it all up to the side of the river, and then when you get the floods in it just leaves the riverbanks more open, and those trees are along it. A couple of the wind, there's no windbreaks either side of it now, and trees topple over, and this is the end result of it all. Yeah, it's a bloody shame. So whether there's any trout up in here, I've got no idea. I'll soon find out. How peaceful is this? I finally found an area where I can got through that bush there and get in the river. It's lovely height too. Just have to see how we go now. I hope there's some trout up in here. You get up in this river here, I used to go down a lot further and work my way back up, probably another half a kilometre or more downstream from here. And you get trout here, you'd be guaranteed of anything from 6 to 20 trout every now and then in a session. You'd have a poor day was half a dozen trout in here. And the trout used to be up in the 450 to 500 gram range. And you get the odd ones in the 600 and 700 now. Well, like I said, I haven't been here for that long. Who knows what's in here now. Well, I fished all that water down there and came up through this part here. It was a bit eerie coming here, especially when it was just above the waist, and yeah, saw a lot of logs and sticks and twigs, everything underfoot here, so I can't go on any further here, so I have to get my way up out of this riverbank here and do a bit of bush bashing to get the river around the corner there. We're out of that, and it's a matter of getting down the river, another riverbank, and we'll be back in the water. Some beautiful water here. Look at that. That's what you call beautiful trout water, but yeah, who knows? Oh, I just had my first hit and a miss from a trout. Only a little tucker, but at least it was here. And I've got a gold black fury on at the moment, and that's what I had a little whack at, but it's getting very black. The forecast rain today, and it looks like it's not all that far off, so I may not even get a chance to hook a fish yet, but hopefully I can get at least one up here. So it'll give me a sign of some hope anyway. Seeing that trout there was a sign, it was a good sign that there's one trout up here, so where there's one, there's probably a few others scattered around. Just being up in these little out of the way streams is just so peaceful, and oh, it's beautiful. Missed another one. Just had a bow wave come up behind the lure, long cast up into that pocket of water there between those two massive gums, and the bow wave come up behind it, and it was just a solid fast hit and miss, bang, gone. And it's like they're really on edge. And, don't know why. Whether it's this change that's coming in that's got something to do with it, I don't know, but I wish they were showing a bit more aggression. And this bit of water here brings back some memories. That riverbank there, it's washed down to what it was, but 7 o'clock one morning I was on there and I was looking at the next section of water ahead of me, and I took one step forward. I got a whack on the waders up by my hip, and looked down. It was a massive tiger snake. I disturbed him. He was out sunbaking at 7 AM in the morning, because in summer, because it gets very light here. So yeah, I was pretty lucky that they hit me hip and not the hands. But they always say the first hit's just like a warning strike anyway. But, I think my trip's just about done in this part of the river. I'm going to get out and when I can, and go up to another another little stretch of water just up ahead of where I parked the car. See what happens up in there. There we go, right on the last cast here. And I've always caught trout in this pool. And today it's never let me down. He tied himself up in a knot. That was a cast in that fast water, brought it under that overhanging tea tree. And this little fella's come out and grabbed hold of it. That's made my day actually, to finally caught one up here after, oh, I don't know, must be good 5 years or more since I've been up in here. Alright, there he is, beautiful little fish. And, let him go on his way. It gives you a bit of encouragement, a little sign of encouragement when you do have one take the lure after having 2 misses. I'm just going to cross over up here and bush bash a bit and get back in, just fish the last bit and then head up to another area above the car. Right, moved into another little area now further up from where I parked the car. And just starting to make my way up the little stream here now. It's pretty beautiful looking water. I can't see why they're not up here really. It's a river that used to fish so well. Yeah, it's really struggling. God damn it. Just backhand cast up into that, under that overhanging tea tree and wattle there, and trout's come out, had 3 whacks at it and just missed the treble every bloody time. I'll have one more flick back in there, but I think he may have felt the hook, so yeah, he's probably done a runner now. Alright, I'm still working my way upstream. I've had 2 more follows, but no hookups. Since I'm still on that one trout, it's 10 to 5. I'll probably only give it another 20 minutes or so. See how we go. Finally got my second trout. I was just taken in there. I had a couple of follows again on here. I've been using, I went to try the white miller. I had a follow on that. I used a Aglia in the brown trout, the fluoro. And I had a follow, no takers, so I went back to the old gold one and yeah, picked this little fat fella up. These are lovely condition, these little trout. Right, we'll send him on his way. I'm really stoked to see a few fish back in this little stream. It's yeah, it's been a long time since I fished up in here, and I may make a few more trips to some of the higher reaches of it now too, and where it used to fish well up there. And hopefully there may be a few up there too in the coming weeks, so I make my way up there. It's a nice little stretch of water ahead of us here. Not much of a bubble line on it, but still it's nice. It's pretty shallow, it'll only be maybe 6 to 8 inches deep where I'm wading. If I can get past this tree here, I can get a decent cast in straight up the middle of it. There's right around that bend was a nice little bit of a bubble line. So we'll just see how we go anyway. Well, I did have 2 hits there and missed both of them, so it's a bit of a bugger. I don't know, they're just, yeah, they're aggressive sort of hits, but they're not. They're like hit and runs, that's what they are. Just a hit and run, grab and smash sort of thing, and yeah. But it's been good though, I've enjoyed it. I just got the 3rd trout. Got in this big pool. So something I don't normally do is cast downstream and bring the lure back up, but if there's been a big wide slow one, I'll do it and just bring it up slowly with into the current and just keep twitching the lure, and this here felt this whack and a bang, and yeah, nice lovely solid brown. Come and grab hold of it. Probably the best fish of the day, this one too. Pretty fat. Anyway, we'll let him go. Right, another trout. I was just about to go home. I thought I want to give this pool a go here. This stretch of water here and see how we go. And another nice little fat solid fish. Had a hit and a miss from one down further, just back a bit. And they're nice little brown, nothing, not a monster fish, but a bloody beautiful, fat, solid little, well-conditioned bugger. Probably about 260 grammer. Anyway, we'll get him off. Send him on his way. Anyway, you see the mark on him there, he's got like a scar or something sort of go at him. Anyway, we'll put him back. And he's gone, he's on his merry way. I know I should try that next flat water up ahead there, and I might just get out of go and call it a day. It's 5:30. My wife will be starting to panic. I just hooked a little tiddler here. I reckon if it stayed on, it would have been the smallest trout I'd caught in the whole 55 years of trout fishing. God, it was little. Anyway, I'm just getting one more cast up in this water. I'm out of here. It's time to head for home. Another one. That was just taken up in that pocket there. There he goes. Nothing big. A bit of line out here on him. Get him up in the shower. God, he's really engulfed this one. This is certainly a. He's going to use the forceps on this fella, so we don't damage any. I'll get him off now. Beautiful. As I can. Move those hooks without any damage to the gills. Lovely. Off you go, bub. Right, well, that's a good session out the road. I really over the moon catching 5 trout here today in this area where I didn't think that I'd even, I thought I'd be lucky to catch a trout. I'm only come to give it a go today to see if there were any trout that were back in this area. And yeah, very happy. Catching 5, I could have probably, the hits I had probably 5 or 6 other hits, and a couple of good solid hits. So I could have probably had 8 or 9 really in the end. And but yeah, I'll have another trip back here, and I'll probably try further up to another area of the same stretch of water right up higher, and just test that out, see if there's any in there. So, and all good, well-conditioned trout too. So anyway guys, till next time, tight lines.